Hi and welcome. I'm Hazen, founder of Hazen Systems. Now, most professional service firms, they don't have a structured post-consultation workflow in place. They'll finish a call and then switch into admin by building proposals, sending follow-ups, and handling payments manually. This creates delays, inconsistencies, and slows down revenue. So in this demo, I'm going to show you a proposal and payment automation I've built around a CRM. Once a deal is approved, the system generates the proposal, sends it to the client, and then initiates the payment step automatically. And what's important is that this system is triggered by a change in data state within the CRM and not by someone running the process manually. Okay, so let's get started. The workflow starts inside Smart Suite with the trigger event update record, specifically when a deal in the CRM changes state. So instead of someone needing to trigger this manually, the workflow starts automatically as the deal moves forward. Next, I add a control layer. The workflow only continues when the status equals approved, so nothing runs prematurely. The system only activates once the deal is confirmed and ready to move forward. This keeps automation aligned with decision making. And because the system is driven by structured CRM data rather than manual input, it's far more reliable and scalable. From here, I format the current date into a clean, human readable format. This is used in the proposal to keep documents consistent and professional. I also generate a system formatted timestamp used for document naming, tracking, and internal logging. We standardize timestamps to ensure consistency across systems and avoid time zone issues. So we have human readable dates for presentation and system timestamps for structure. Next, I've added the Google Docs step where the system generates the proposal by pulling in data directly from the CRM. So you've got the client name, the company, service type, and price. This creates a document from a predefined template. Every proposal is consistent, branded, and generated instantly. So there's no manual creation and no variation. To give you an idea of how it works, here's a simple template I created for the purpose of this demo to show you what it looks like prior to data population. And here's what the proposal document looks like once it's populated with the data pulled from the CRM. Once the proposal is ready, it's sent automatically to the client. The email includes a personalized message with a link to the proposal and a Stripe payment link. So immediately after approval, the client receives everything they need to move forward. There's no delay and there's no reliance on manual follow-up. For this demo, I'm using a pre-built Stripe payment link for simplicity. This can also be generated dynamically per service or pricing. Finally, the system writes everything back into the CRM. It updates the status to sent, logs the proposal URL and payment link, and it also updates the sent date field. This closes the loop. The system doesn't just execute, it keeps your data layer accurate and up to date. In production, you typically add error handling or alerts to capture any failed steps. This system solves a common operational gap in professional services. Because when conversations end, the process after it is usually slow and inconsistent. Now, this system removes that gap entirely. Proposals are now created immediately, follow-up is consistent, payments are ready without delay, and everything is tracked centrally. This shifts the process from being people-dependent to system-dependent, and because it's driven by a change in data state, it scales without increasing operational overhead. This system is extremely beneficial because there's no manual proposal creation and no delayed follow-ups. It gives you faster payment cycles and a consistent client experience. You also have full visibility inside the CRM and it scales without additional admin. This is what I call a post-consultation automation, a system that replaces a manual sequence with a structured workflow. Now, most businesses, they don't lose deals in the conversation. they often lose them afterwards. So if your proposal and invoicing process still relies on manual follow-up, it's usually a system worth fixing. If you'd like something like this built into your business, feel free to reach out. Thank you for watching. Until next time.